Welcome to Good Times with Alex and Ryan. I'm Ryan Sprague. You can follow me at Ryan W. Sprague on any social media. Alex.
What up, dog? My name is Alex Vanover. You can follow me on Twitter at Vandollar15. You can follow me on the YouTube at Alex Vanover, and you can follow me on Instagram at Alex Vanover15.
And I gotta say, big shout out to all you people that have subscribed and hit that notification.
Absolutely.
We thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
And those of you that haven't, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification, because you don't want to miss out on these good times. We're having the good times right now. So come on now, hit it.
Why would you want to torture yourself by not having a good time? It's like, hey, you're going to have a good time. Why don't you show up? It's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I hate good times. What kind of person behaves like that?
Exactly. If you hate good times, what are you doing? just
Yeah, if you hate good times, you might not be the person who wants to subscribe to this show, because guess what? We have good times. But if you do hate good times, we also want you to subscribe, because I want more subscribers, and more subscribers mean I might not have to work as much in the future. So please, from a purely selfish standpoint,
you'll have to be working double to bring these good times to the peoples of the world, buddy.
Okay.
It's not you'll have more work, but it'll be more work that you enjoy and you love, and with purpose. You're going to be giving good times.
Yeah,
to the peoples.
I feel you.
Woo!
I agree 100%. Yeah, I agree. Little Michael Jackson, huh? Little Michael Jackson callback.
I'm feeling it. I'm preaching it, brother.
Okay, I like it. Hey, I got a question. So this episode is just going to be kind of like, we're going to freestyle a little bit here. I got a question for you, Ryan. You ready for this question? Brace yourself.
Okay.
All right. If somebody handed you an envelope and it was sealed, and on the inside of the envelope it had the date and time of when you die, would you open the envelope?
Well, the very first thing I would do is I would ask Alexa to play Seal. Okay? So just get me, in the mood to open this letter.
Okay. So you are opening it. You're going to open it.
Well, yeah, under that condition though. I have to listen to Seal.
Okay.
To be able to break the seal. Okay?
Kissed by a rose on the dawn.
That's right. I gotta get in the mood, and sometimes music helps me get in the mood, because this is a pretty serious issue, and Seal, I need something, and Seal's the only one that can give me what I need. So
Ryan, I don't want to hear about what puts you in the mood or doesn't put you in the mood.
I'm not talking about that, Alex. I'm talking about to break the seal, I need Seal, okay? And it's not like there's these ocean seals. It's the singer seal. Kissed by a rose. And all right, so here we go.
Nobody knows any other song by him. Kissed by a Rose is the only song that people know about Seal. They're like, Batman Forever, Kissed by a Rose, done. And he's like standing on that cliff in front of the bat signal.
All right. So listen to him, and then I would open the letter and look at it.
Okay. What would you do with the information?
I would just, put it in my memory banks and be like, that's when I'm going to die. And I bet...
Dude, there's no way in hell I'm opening that letter. And I'll tell you why. I am not opening that letter. I'm burning it immediately. Because I don't want to know when I'm going to die, because then that would take away... I know how my mind works. I'd be like, well, nothing matters anyway. I know when I'm dying. So unless it's like Back to the Future and I can change it and the words change on the paper because I do something differently, I'm not opening that letter. I don't want to know. I'll be unmotivated. I'll be just a loser.
Everybody's going to die, Alex.
Not me. We've already talked about this.
Oh, yeah, because you're working out. What was it? At 50 million.
Right, it's a math equation.
You're going backwards in time, being a 20-year-old with $50 million. Right? Did you freeze on me, buddy?
Ryan, I don't... My head would be nice.
You frozen, man, my man. Well, I don't know what you said because it didn't come through.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm not. All right.
Son of a.
I was saying the only thing I need is I don't need to. I don't even remember what I was saying. I'm lost.
You said you
Moving
pretty
on.
much said you pretty much said
I'm
you're
not
never
opening the envelope.
you're never gonna die because you're going backwards in time to your 20 and you're a 50 millionaire.
Okay.
Because,
Good call.
because you're taking
No,
you're taking the advice of those people on TV telling you you're going to make a ton of money if you just do what they say, and you're going to do it exactly as they say.
I don't need to go back in time, is what I was saying, because I'll just stay right where I'm in. The only thing that I would need differently is more weight off me and more hair on my head. That's all I need. I don't need to go back in time.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right. So hey, we've addressed the first question.
Sure.
What is the worst gift, Ryan, that you've ever received, and why was it the worst gift you've ever received?
Probably when I was a kid, I didn't like socks and underwear. I'm like, why do I have this for a Christmas present? Like, can't you just get those for me?
Your dad's hey, on Christmas Day, your dad's all excited. Open that one, Ryan. You'll like that one. Open that one. That's gonna be a good one, Ryan.
Yes.
He's all just like he's on the edge of his seat, waiting to see your reaction when you open up your socks and underwear. Ryan, that's gonna be a good one. Make sure you open that sucker up, bud.
Woo! Guys, thank you so much for this. I'm so excited.
I know. I'm gonna be able to put my feet into my shoes with a layer again for the rest of the year. Thank you, Mom. I don't have to go bareback in my pants the rest of the year. I actually have boxers this year. Thank you so much. I was gonna say the worst gift I ever got. My Aunt Dorothy for like my 12th birthday took a bunch of like not Capri Suns but High C boxes, like a crate of High C boxes. It was the bad flavor too. It wasn't orange. It was like a different flavor. She got it probably at Grocery Outlet for like $1.29. Wrapped it up. That's my gift. So it's huge. It looks like it's going to be a really awesome present. It was just a crate of crappy icy boxes, like strawberry, kiwi, banana, cantaloupe flavored ones. They were terrible. It was like skunk melon, and cantaloupe flavored.
Dude,
it was disgusting.
You didn't like that, all that sugary drinks and stuff as a kid?
They didn't taste like sugar. It tasted like hell. It tasted like nothing.
The worst is like you have to put on a face.
I had one and I'm like, okay, well.
The worst is you have to put on a face and pretend like you're so excited. Yeah,
I know, man. And I am like the worst at that too. I cannot like exactly what I'm thinking when something happens. You know where I stand. All right, Ryan. We're kind of talking about the worst thing that ever happened to you. What was the worst wardrobe mistake you've ever made in your life?
Wardrobe mistake?
Yeah, like what's the worst clothing mistake you've ever made?
Well, I make mistakes. Well, one time I wore striped jeans, or not jeans, but pants and like a patterned button-up shirt. I also one time there was a wardrobe malfunction where so I wear my pants till they're like dead, so they ripped.
Yeah,
all the way up my butt, and it was like really embarrassing.
Okay, dude. When I was in 8th grade, it was like September. I was in home ec. I had wore a green striped shirt and red sweatpants. So it's September. It looks like Christmas. I don't even think about it really. I walk into 7th grade home ec class, Mrs. Clay's class, and Ryan Gall immediately was like, "Man, ho, 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 buddy. Merry Christmas, bud." And just lit me up. As soon as I walked into the class, he just tore me a new one, man. He's all, "I don't even have my Christmas list ready, man. I didn't know Vanny was coming in. I haven't even got ready. We haven't even got done hanging the stockings, man."
Yeah.
Just lit into me, dude. The whole class.
Back in those days, like it felt terrible to get picked on by those jocks, but now when you think back on it, it's like it wasn't really that bad.
No, it was funny too. He was saying some good stuff. Later on, it's like, oh man, that stuff was gold. But at the time, I was like,
it's just devastating at the time. But now you go back and you're like, okay, that's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Dude, like I was fat, I was bald, I was wearing green and red.
So he Ryan Gaul, I remember I was playing baseball. He came in and he's like, I was like, hey Ryan, you know anything about the stunner, Stone Cold Stunner? Ryan Gaul just walks over to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it to you. I'm not gonna. He like does it to me. You're like right there. I'm like, what happened? All of a sudden I'm on the ground. I'm like, what just happened? He was so quick.
Wait, did he actually hit you with it? Like tried to?
Well, I don't know exactly what it is, but I was all of a sudden on the ground.
Did he roll you up and pin you for the 1, 2, 3 and take the title away?
I don't know, but it was epic.
He used to go around. And just stun people out of nowhere. He'd be like, "Hey, Alex, come over here. I got to talk to you about something." Boom!
Yeah, pretty much.
Out of nowhere. Hey, speaking of out of nowhere, what is the worst possible thing you could say at somebody's funeral?
Start doing like James Bond jokes.
Dude.
Well, he really lost his head.
Oh,
something like that, you know.
Dude, the worst thing for me, if I was at a funeral and I was like speaking, I'd be like, if you said something about like, well, nobody really liked the guy anyway, or just you said something like derogatory or like hurt his character some way, that would like, thank God son of a bitch is gone or something. I don't know, or maybe ask out his widow at the funeral or something. Those would all be equally bad choices, I think.
Well, it's kind of like the Wedding Crashers when he's like, they go to talk to Chad. He's like, yeah, I go to funerals now. to pick up women. Yeah.
And he's like,
way better.
Like, yeah.
No, like, but hey, I remember reading this article in Dallas. It was, I don't know where it was, but I just remember reading this article, and this guy's daughter, after this guy died, she wrote his obituary, and it was ripping him to shreds because he was a pretty bad dude. Apparently, he's like, "Oh, you beat her and you blessed it." It's like, whoa, okay.
And that was like put into print, like in the obituary.
Yes, like everybody thinks you're a great dude, but this is what really. I was like, whoa, okay.
Oh man, that would be awful.
Well, but he's dead, so.
Yeah, so piss on him. He's dead.
I mean, like what? He's not around to hurt his feeling. And plus, if he was that trash of a guy,
well, you know where he's going then, Ryan. Right? He's going to hell. He's gonna burn in hell, right? Like, come on, Ryan. A little bit of hell.
You're hitting some sensitive issues there, Alex.
Hey, what is the worst thing? Hey, speaking of worst things. What's the worst thing you could say if you're speaking at somebody's wedding?
Let's see. Man, you're putting me on the spot. I want to say something really awesome and witty. And
dude, I already have an answer.
Okay, what is it? Maybe I can think of one while you're.
You like as you're giving the speech, you announce to everybody that you actually slept with the bride, like a little bit before the wedding. Right? Just like, hey, God bless you both, beautiful union, Me and Susie were out back earlier before the nuptials, and, we got it on. And I hope, that worked out well, so I hope the wedding works out well. And where's the prime rib?
Wow.
Let's get to the buffet.
There was... Well, that shows me there was this wedding. Okay, so this girl was... this woman was going to marry this guy. And before the wedding... this other person texted her and was like, hey, listen, who you're marrying is not who you think he is, and sent her all these like texts between her and the other guy about them. He was cheating on her before they were getting married. Oh, so she goes through with the wedding, but not fully, but like she's going to give a speech before they start and opens it all up. like, I was so excited for this day, but then I found out who he really is. I think she showed it on the screen, the
Dude,
the text.
that's like the Maury Povich show, man.
It's like, whoa.
It's like the Maury Povich show. It's like the test results. You are not the husband. You are not the father. Like that kind of. Like,
I mean,
crap,
what a
man.
jerk. He deserved all that. But I also read about.
What if it
Bill... wasn't
true?
How could it? Like if you have the proof right there with the text and the pictures. But I also read an article on Bill Clinton and how he was what do you call it? Philandering around during his wedding day.
What? Oh, go ahead. I'd like to hear this story.
Well, no, it just said, he would sneak off into the bathroom with this girl before the wedding.
Jeez, man. Holy crap. That guy, I mean, hey, I'm getting married today. I'm going to be the president. I'm the governor of Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, pretty charismatic guy. He
spoke at North Bend Junior High.
I was there. Oh, yeah.
He was there.
You didn't want to come with me.
I didn't go. But I
invited you. I said, Alex, we should go. And you're like, I don't want to. I'm like, I'm going to go.
I wish I
wasn't even a Democrat. Now I'm independent, but I was Republican at that time. I'm independent now, but that time I was like, I'm gonna go because I like history. I was like, it was cool.
Yeah.
I liked watching them. I was like, okay, there's the president, the old president, and then there's Hillary. And I don't know if she was running for president at that time or what.
I don't remember at all. For something. I don't remember at all what was going on.
Yeah.
Dude, so what's the worst advice you've ever given somebody? Looking back, what's the worst advice you've ever given anybody?
I don't know. What was it, Alex? I probably gave you some crappy advice.
Dude, the worst advice I've ever given somebody is when Mike and I were working at Benedetti's, the meat shop restaurant in Springfield, and Mike was like, "Dude, I'm having a bad day, man. I don't know how much longer I can last here. I'm stretched pretty thin here." And I said, "Mike, bud, things are going to get better." That was the worst advice I ever gave anybody because, stuff never got better. It was a hellhole. It's one of the worst places we've ever worked. But he tried to make us work. Huh? Go ahead.
Did you own that place?
No, I ran the front and Mike ran the back. And the guy who owned the place just had us work for hardly anything, and we worked long hours.
Restaurant business is like that. They're like, yeah.
Well, I know because I was in it for 20 years. But anyway, so what happened was how everything ended there. He was trying to make us work on Christmas Day when we had never been open on Christmas the previous 5 years ever. We weren't open on Christmas, and Christmas that year was on a Sunday, and we were never open on Sunday ever. We'd be open Monday through Saturday. So he was just all of a sudden decided he wanted to be open on Sunday and Christmas at the same time. And Mike and I were like, yeah, I don't think so, pal. Because he'd been doing a lot of weird stuff before that. Like I'd hand in my liquor order or food order to order, food and, booze for the restaurant. Sometimes I wouldn't even know if he'd let me buy it. He'd be like, yeah, that's a great idea, but, money, that's the thing. And I ain't got no money, so you ain't getting no stuff, so just deal with it. You got to go to work. Okay?
Just say, you got to say, we're out of everything. You can buy nothing.
We're out of it. So I want your money still, but you ain't getting the product. So give me money.
That's what you had to tell the customers.
Yeah,
you could order that. Or you could have this bread that we have.
You don't want steak or ground beef. You want this bread that's probably stale and has nothing on it.
How about that, huh? You had to really up your sales skills then.
Oh, man, that place was one of the all-time worst jobs I've ever had. The only thing good that came out of that job, this is a true story. This is true. The guy who owns the radio station, I met him at that restaurant. That's how I got the job at the radio station.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, through a connection through the restaurant. Just
awesome.
Total fluke. most people go to school for radio broadcasting. I just met a guy at a restaurant I was managing, and boom, I'm in the radio business.
You're in the radio business. You're in the podcast business. You're in the live stream business. You are in the entertainment business, my friend.
Man, you're pumping me up, man. Let's do 7 more episodes of that. I'm ready to rock. You just re-energized me, man. I've got my second win, dude.
Entertaining.
I'm ready to go. Okay, here's a really good question, Ryan.
Good. I'm ready for some good questions on good times. And where are our comments, people?
They're all asleep, man. They went night-night.
I know. I guess it is 10 on the west, so
dude,
yeah, it's pretty late.
What are the best traits and the worst traits that you inherited from your parents?
Well, my parents are going to be listening to this, so I don't know how truthful I can.
See, that's not how you should have started it out. That is not. Just shoot from the hip.
Just shoot from the hip. Okay. Yeah, great. Then I get disowned, disinherited,
Hey, Ryan.
Ryan, you said that I was, like this. So, Ryan, bye.
Your parents disinherit you. They're like, Ryan, you know those underwear and socks we keep sending you? You say anything else about us we don't like, you can kiss those goodbye, buddy. You're out of the inheritance.
Yeah, you're out of the underwear inheritance.
You're out of the underwear business, pal. No more socks, bud. Robert and I have been talking, and we don't like the way you spoke about us in the last episode. You're going to get any more socks. It's over.
Don't let me drive up there. You know how fast I can drive, son.
Yeah.
It won't take long.
Son, you do realize I competed at the absolute highest level of car racing. You think you're fast driving Eugene at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just wait till I get behind the wheel, bud.
Yeah, go over there and teach you a lesson.
Dude, remember when your dad raced that Winston West race when we were like, it's like 2005, 2006, and your dad like was just getting back into it, and his car wasn't even like completely set up correctly, and he showed up and just like got third.
Yeah,
like he hadn't even been practicing.
I remember Mike P was there, and he was like, "Oh, that's his dad. You can go up there, Ryan. That's his dad." I was like, because they were saying no, you can't go out, and they're like, "Oh, that's his dad." And then I was like, "Oh, you can go out." Oh, okay.
I totally remember that. I had to stay in the stands though, but I totally went to that race. That was a lot of fun. They had really good concessions there too. I was like eating a hot dog.
You're all about the food.
Yeah, I was just loving life, dude. It was fantastic. I was like, this is the best race I've ever been to. Somebody passed me another hot dog. Me and you were like toasting nachos at the stands together. Like,
exactly.
No, seriously though, don't avoid this question. What's the best thing you inherited from your parents? What's something you really are glad that you got from your parents?
Well, my dad is very objective when he looks at things, so that's kind of a good and a bad thing, but mostly good because I can see things a little more objective, but also it's harder for me to get like the big social aspect of it. So,
what
worst.
About your mom?
Mom.
Your mom is like the nicest person in the entire world.
Yeah, so
she's gonna listen. She's super nice.
So that's probably my niceness probably comes from that side. Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously, your mom is like wonderful. Every time, like especially when I was in high school, her and Glinda like single-handedly helped me get through my morning classes. I'm serious, man. Like I was office aide for the first 2 periods and like.
Oh, okay. So you worked with her a bit.
Yeah, I worked with your mom and Glinda. Like I didn't work with them, but I went to school and like delivered letters and stuff for them. But yeah, she was amazing. It was one of my best memories from high school, and I remember they would sometimes have treats in there, and that was just a real wonderful thing.
Treats, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
have a couple of snackies.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, I probably won't go into the bad ones because let's keep this positive.
You know what? So, yeah, we're not bad times with Alex and I. We're good times with Alex and I. Sometimes I get a little distracted and I want to go dark, But you kind of brought that on yourself tonight by bringing up the tree incident. So I don't remember that being that good of a time. But
well, it's funny for the audience. They can enjoy, hey, look, that's a great story for Alex under a tree.
You know what? Yeah. Dude, you know what though? If that story can be used for good, man, then it was all worth it, right?
Yes.
Somebody hears that, and yeah. I think my favorite characteristic I got from my mom was easily my sense of humor. My mom was one of the funniest people that I have ever met in my life. She was crazy, man. She would make up the funniest stories. And she would, so for instance, here's the story. His name was Mr. Slattery. He's no longer with us. He would be over there watering his flowers or washing his truck or just doing whatever a retired person would do. My mom decided to tell me that she had on good authority knowledge that he was a murderer. And he would go down.
Wait, she told you this as a kid?
Yes, when I'm like 7. Yes.
Whoa!
Yes. So she said Mr. Slattery was a murderer. He hadn't been caught yet. And he would go down to this bar called Two Fingers, downtown North Bend. And he would go out on Mrs. Slattery, and he would take these girls and he'd bring them on the dance floor and spin them around the dance floor and then throw them up into the fan that would be spinning. And they'd crack their head. Yeah, they'd crack their head and die. But Mr. Slattery was too smart. He never got caught. But my mom knew all about it. So my mom would tell. My mom,
wow,
yeah, she'd make the craziest stories up. She also one time she made a bunch of bacon, and the pan had a bunch of grease in it. And my mom was like, "Hey, I'll give you $20 if you'll eat that pan of bacon grease." She was nuts, man. She was off the wall. She paid my cousin Heather one time like $20 to walk down this walkway that was not lit, completely dark, like totally like creepy. Just handed her $20, like, "Hey, go walk down that weird, strange road real quick." Like, she was just wild, man. She'd come up with the craziest ideas. As far as like character traits from my dad that I got, I think my dad is so my dad, when he's not drinking and when he's level-headed, is one of the smartest people I know. He's able to, he knows a little bit about everything. So he's very inquisitive and he likes to study stuff and like become smarter on different topics. And I think I'm a lot like that. I like to read. So I would say that being able to question things and learn things is a character trait I really like from my dad.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I got his taste for the alcohol too back in the day, and that's one of the bad things too, for sure. My parents loved to party. Thank God my mom avoided Mr. Slattery at Two Fingers because she could have ended up as the next victim.
Well, I think one of the things you did that you made a very good decision when you were younger is you waited till you were of legal age to drink.
Yeah, I never drank till I was 21.
Because I hear, and just studies have done, like the younger you are when you start, the harder it is to break it. So that was a good decision.
I seriously hadn't had my first drink till I was 21. I went to Goonies, of course, with Brian, Joe, and Mackenzie, and they were buying me drinks. And I just remember having a really, really fun, good time. And that's kind of the worst thing that could have happened because it led to me wanting to have more good times. But now we're having good times in a totally different way, right? Yeah.
Good times. Good times now.
Now, what do I have anything more? Let me see if I got anything more left for this. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
If you could swap your life and be somebody else for one day, who would it be? Be anybody else in the whole world for one day. Who would you be? Think like Freaky Friday. You're going to be that person that day.
I wouldn't. If that kind of just it messes with my head. I can't do it.
What are you talking?
No, dude, I'm serious. I can't. It's just like, what?
I'll tell you who I'd be.
Fine with me. So
I got two answers right here.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to be Elon Musk because I'm taking a ride in those tunnels, for one thing. And I'm going to go to his bank and make sure that I at least wire Alex Vanover a couple $1 million because I am Elon Musk. I'm going to take care of business. I'm going to send Alex Vanderhoof, who I'm going to be, the next day, a little bit of cash, or I'm going to be The Rock, because I just want to know what it feels like to be able to rep, 300 pounds, 25 times on a bicep curl. I'd like to just live that life for one day, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, eat a couple ribeye steaks and 12 eggs, and then, do 3 hours worth of cardio, go film a movie, then go film, an NBC reality show, come back, film Ballers for HBO, then go do my lifting for the next 3 or 4 hours, then get on my social media account, eat a gigantic plate of pancakes and a couple more ribeyes. Then,
keep going, Alex. Just keep going.
Yeah,
wow,
that's what I want.
Wow.
I want to try that. I want to try that on for size. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea. How about
Elon Musk or The Rock?
Yeah, maybe you could call them up and see if you could have the next best thing and hang out with them for a day.
I don't know that I'd want to hang out with Elon. Elon Musk wouldn't be that much fun to hang out with, but I could definitely get behind hanging out with The Rock for a day. That'd be fun. I'd love to watch some wrestling, some of his old matches, and talk to him and ask him what he was thinking when he was doing it.
Sorry, I'm trying to do that eye thing he does, and it's impossible. Where he has like one eyebrow that goes up.
Dude, your eyebrows are really, really light too.
What's funny is I have a unibrow, but you can't see it. Yeah, you can't see it.
Dude.
You can't see it. I have a unibrow, but
all right. Well, hey, dude, I got knuckle hair, so we all got problems, right? We all got problems. I got back hair too. I have more hair on my back now than I do on my head. If you told me when you get older that you lose all the hair on your head and you start growing hair on your back, your lower back, your tummy, your knuckles, your toes, I would have laughed straight in your face and called you a liar.
You would have been like,
"You are a liar.
You're a liar."
Dude, so
liar.
Ryan, obviously the human body understands that we need hair, right? So it produces all these chemicals and hormones to grow hair on every part of your body, but for some reason it knows you need hair, but it takes all the hair off your head. What's that about? What's that all about?
It's advertising. This person's getting old.
Dude, male pattern baldness is like the worst thing ever, man. I got the freaking male pattern Van over V going on big time. Well, Ryan,
what else, Alex? Any more questions? Man. We already talked about what we would do with like tons of money. Previous episode. I don't even remember which one was that.
I don't remember, but I got one more before we wrap this up. What is your favorite Hollywood scandal? What was the most enjoyment you got from a Hollywood scandal, Ryan? Which one tickled your funny bone the most?
Wow. Okay, I don't follow this stuff a lot. Probably there's two.
Okay.
Two. One was like, you remember the wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Timberlake and Janet Jackson.
Yeah. I happened to turn my head and talk to someone right when that happened, and then everyone was like, "Whoa, did you see that?" I'm like, what?
He was bringing Sexy back live on stage, and you missed it.
I totally missed it. Yeah. Like, whoa, did you see that? I'm like, what? What are you guys talking about?
Remember when that happened and with Justin Timberlake, like he's the one who pulled the wardrobe malfunction, like the part off. And then later on, after it was like a big deal and it was like he was in trouble, he's like, well, she told me to do it.
What's really funny is like he's been in those situations before because Britney Spears was like, I'm a virgin, I'm a good girl, and then her and him went to a hotel room together. She's like, oh, nothing happened, and she's like, yeah, we did it. And she's like, oh, Justin.
Yeah, he's like, Britney lost her virginity, and it's gonna be me.
Yeah, I'm sure that's when it happened.
Yeah, Britney's virginity's gone, and it ain't no lie, baby. Bye. That was pretty good. Come on now.
Yeah. Bye,
dude.
Bye. Okay.
What's your
hold
second?
on, I'm not done.
What's your second one?
Okay, yeah. The other one I kind of like because it was so crazy. And I just mainly it was just seeing people's reactions. But it was and maybe I hope no one gets triggered, but it might be too soon for people. But it was when Trump was on that bus, and he said he said that stuff. I was like, what the heck? And this was before he was elected president.
Yeah.
Even after saying that he was elected president, I was like,
when he was talking about
that was a shock and awe. That was
famous.
Like, yeah, what you can do when you're famous. Pretty much that's, and I've talked to some, people that have been in that industry, and they're like, yeah, it's an inside secret. You don't just like go telling people.
It's like the worst secret of all time. It's like people that aren't famous want to sleep with people that are famous. Wow, I can't believe it.
That's true. That is a pretty open secret.
That's
the thing though. Like no one really put that together. That's why they were so outraged at it. Like,
they're like, how is this guy who looks like a freaking tomato face with like a troll's doll hair on top of his head combed over? Like, how is he getting all these beautiful women? Like, it couldn't possibly be because he has money and he's a dirtbag.
Yeah. I mean, what he described was sexual assault and all that.
Yes.
But what he said was locker room talk. So it's a kind of a complicated thing. Like, it was assault. It's wrong. Like, don't get me wrong here. It's wrong. It's assault. It's bad. But
moving on.
but I'm just saying that it was just interesting to me. That's why I liked it, because I saw people's reactions. I got to talk to people like that were kind of like have seen, kind of been up there, and all this is like coming to light. But it's kind of like what you said. It's like an open secret of like
everybody know. It's like everybody knew what was going on, but like to actually see it out in, open in the public is like a whole different thing. It's like, well, okay, well there it is. I kind of assumed that's what was happening, but like there you go.
Well, what the casting couch that they've known about for years, and all that. It's like, and I was just, here's another thing. I was just watching, I think it was Toy Story bloopers. And they have one, and I'm like, wow, that if that got out on the internet today, that wouldn't look good. They had one where it was this miner, he like mining things. He was in a box, and he had two Barbie dolls with him, and he said, he actually said this. He's like, oh sure, I can get you in Toy Story 3. To the two Barbie dolls. They were like, like
he's gonna bring Barbie dolls to the casting couch.
Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, nuts.
So dude, go ahead.
Anyways, I was just saying that like, I get fascinated by stuff that like, okay, and this is how people react. And it was even more like shock and awe when he was able to say something like that and still get elected as president. I was like, whoa! Yeah. Like I was shocked.
Yeah. Dude, my favorite celebrity scandal is easily Tom Cruise's when he showed up on the Oprah Winfrey Show and started jumping up and down and saying how much in love he was with Katie Holmes. It was like, okay, why is he trying to let everybody know how much he loves this person? Like, he's clearly like lost his mind. Like, he had just got a divorce with Nicole Kidman like a little bit before that. It was like he was trying to overcompensate for something. And I'm not saying it's one thing or another, but like he was definitely letting the world know that like for a reason why he loved her. It's like, well, like what the hell's going on here?
I was
insane.
Oh yeah, it was out of the ordinary. But I thought, well, if he's that excited, let him jump on the couch. Woo! Yeah, I don't see why. See, the thing is, like, I think at the time, like, I did some things, like, was acting kind of crazy sometimes, and then people wouldn't take me seriously. So I'm like, if he wants to be act crazy up there, that's cool. It's like, It's like, whatever.
Well, I mean, if you got $100 million in the bank, you can act anywhere you want, right? You know, Donald
Yeah.
Trump did. So,
Yeah.
and he's president, so you're right on that. My last, I'm going to end it on this. My other celebrity scandal that I really liked was probably the Britney Spears one, and I love that it's become a meme. It's like when she shaved her head and she's chasing the paparazzi with an umbrella, and it's like, what level of Britney Spears are you today? And it's like,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
that
a
was-
2 is like her when she first broke onto the scene and she looks like fresh faced. You know, 5 is when she's out with like Paris Hilton partying with Siggy going, and then like a 10 is when she's bald, you know, chasing somebody with an umbrella. You know, that was probably one of my favorite celebrity scandals. She went to like Vegas and got married to some dude overnight.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Then her dad actually had to take control of her finances because she was so out of control.
I think
there was
that
a lot of craziness, man.
That at that time there was like a lot of the girls going crazy because it was Lindsay Lohan and all them,
Paris
like
Hilton,
drugs and out and partying and going to jail.
Yeah, Nicole Richie, all of those people.
I can't remember why Hilton went to jail. I forgot what she did, but
what happened was like she was at a place where you weren't allowed to say it's hot, and she was like forgot it, and she's like, that's hot, and she got booked, man. She went to jail, and it wasn't hot.
For saying that's hot.
Her catchphrase was that's hot.
Oh, gotcha.
That's hot.
Okay.
That was a horrible joke. Terrible joke.
Yeah, well, I don't get it, but
it's okay.
All right. So yeah, that whole era was like, hey, let's get in trouble. It's fun.
2005, 2006, man.
Yeah.
That was when I started my stuff too.
So fun fact. I spoke with I used to work with one of the guys that did security. What was he? Private security, you know, security guard stuff for Hollywood. He still does it, but he said he worked with Britney Spears once or a couple of times and would never do it again because they were crazy. He said her dad was nuts too. He would be like, hey, they'd be like, hey, we're going to go do this. And he's like, no, you can't just go out and do that. You got to tell us so we can make plans and make sure everything's secure for you. And they would argue with him and get after him.
Because you have to have people with you because people are going to like want to, you know, touch you or hurt you or mob you or anything.
Exactly. And he said, no, you got to tell us what's going on so we can get people there ahead of time so we can make sure you're safe. And he said she was an absolute nightmare.
Dude, if she wants to shave her head, man, she can't have people around her. So in the spur of the moment, she's got to be free to grab those barber shears, dude. She can't have people around her protecting her from that. If she's going to buzz her hair, then she's going to do it.
He also said that that the best person that he's worked with was Tom Cruise. He said Tom Cruise was awesome.
Oh, back to Tom Cruise again. Yeah. Here we go. You know, the reason he's probably so awesome is because he's probably feeling you out so he can see if you'll join Scientology. He's like, hey, man, you're doing great today, bud. Hey, have I told you about L. Ron Hubbard? Oh, hey, check this out, man. You can buy these books. You got, why don't you hold the lie detector here? It's like, come on, dude. Like his whole life is missionary work for the Church of Scientology. I'm not buying it. All right, I'm not buying what he's selling. It's disingenuous. And I don't like him. And I hope Tom Cruise doesn't like having a good time. Because I don't want him to listen.
I would like him to listen. I'd like a subscribe from Tom Cruise. Hey,
you know who loves Tom Cruise? Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Loves him. Tom Cruise to me, when he's acting, and I've seen a lot of his films, I see him and I'm like, hey, there's Tom Cruise playing such and such. Hey, there's Tom Cruise. He's in another movie. That's Tom Cruise. When I see like Leonardo DiCaprio or Russell Crowe or Christian Bale, I'm like, hey, that's the person they're playing. That's the role they're playing. I forget that it's Leonardo DiCaprio. I forget that it's Russell Crowe because they're that good. When I see Tom Cruise, I'm like, I see him and he's like this. Hey, I'm in a movie. I just say that's Tom Cruise in a movie.
You see Tom Cruise.
Got another movie coming up.
You see Tom Cruise, and you see him in his shirt and no pants and sliding across the whole room, and you're like, oh, it's Tom Cruise. Hey, Tom.
He must
He's
have,
like, hey.
yeah. Tom must have another girlfriend. Tom must have a new girlfriend. He's sliding pantless across the living floor, jumping on the couch. Well, Tom's got a new
risky
relationship.
business.
Dude. Ryan, let's wrap this up, dude. Let's wrap this up.
All right, let's wrap it up. Hey, you know what? I'm talking to you that are listening, watching right now. We want to thank you for doing that. It's awesome. We love our fans. And all of you out there that have not subscribed and hit that notifications, what are you doing? Don't you want to have a good time? Come on now. Have a good time. Subscribe.
Everybody should subscribe but Tom Cruise.
No. We need Tom Cruise to subscribe so we can teach him the ways of good times, and maybe he can use his Scientology sales skills for us.
I bet you he could get a lot of people to subscribe and hit the notification bell for us. I take back everything I said about you, Tom. You're a great actor. Everything you've ever been in, you totally just immersed yourself in that role. I totally believe that you were Evan Bourne, and I totally believe that you were the guy in Mission Impossible 17 when you were hanging out the side of the airplane. Great job. Keep it up. You are phenomenal.
And with that, we are done. Thank you, everybody.
Mahalo.